Why pineapples can digest you. The enzyme encounter.
Ever feel a tingle on your tongue after eating fresh pineapple? No, it's not your taste buds partying. It's actually the pineapple eating you back. Pineapples contain an enzyme called bromelain, which breaks down proteins. In other words, when you munch on this tropical fruit, it's munching on you too. But don't worry. Once you swallow the pineapple, your stomach acids quickly stop the bromelain from nibbling any further. So why does the pineapple have this weird enzyme? Bromelain helps the plant to defend itself against pests and diseases. In the human world, this enzyme is super useful too. It is used as a meat tenderizer, in some medicines to reduce swelling, and even in skincare products. Scientists think bromelain could have even more health benefits that we haven't discovered yet. So next time you snack on pineapple, just remember it's a two-way street. This fruit's powerhouse enzyme means pineapple packs a punch in more ways than one.
Can trees talk? Uncover the woodland whispers.
Picture a forest, not just as a bunch of trees, but as a community that talks to each other. Sounds like something out of a fantasy, right? Well, it's actually science. Trees communicate through a hidden network underground. It's like their own secret internet called the Wood Wide Web. How do they do this? With the help of a special kind of fungus called mycorrhiza that lives on the roots of trees. The fungus spreads out its tiny threads through the soil, connecting different trees together. This lets them do incredible things like share nutrients and even send warning signals about pests and diseases. If a tree is attacked by insects, it can send a chemical signal through the network so that nearby trees start producing their own protective chemicals in response. It's like one tree whispering to the others to defend themselves. So as it turns out, a walk in the woods might be much busier with chatter than we ever thought, with conversations we can't hear, all happening underground.
Time-traveling turtles? Discover the ocean's ancient navigators.
Can you imagine an animal that's been around since the time of the dinosaurs? No, it's not a creature from a movie, but the sea turtle. These oceanic travelers have been swimming the seas for over 100 million years. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Sea turtles have a built-in GPS that helps them navigate the world's waters. They can detect the Earth's magnetic field and use it like a map to find their way home, even if it's thousands of miles away. And when it's time to lay their eggs, female sea turtles return to the exact same beach where they were born. They might circle the globe, but they never forget their sandy birthplace. Imagine if you could find your way back to your first home just by feeling the planet's vibes. What's even more interesting, no one knows exactly how long a sea turtle can live. Some scientists think they can live over 100 years. That means some sea turtles out there could have been born in the Wild West era. How's that for a historical connection to the past?
Hat trick heroes! Do rabbits really have magical powers?
Do you think magicians are the only ones with tricks up their sleeves? Well, rabbits might just be the real magicians of the animal kingdom. And no, it's not because they pop out of hats. Rabbits have an incredible talent that seems like a magic trick. They can make their poop appear twice. It sounds funny, but here's the scoop on the poop. Rabbits actually eat their own droppings in a process called reingestion. But not just any droppings. They produce a special kind called secotropes that are soft, smelly, and super nutritious. At night, our fluffy friends munch on these secotropes to absorb nutrients they didn't get the first time around. It might seem icky, but it's a clever way to get all the good stuff from their food. This double digestion helps them get the most vitamins and minerals to stay happy and healthy. It's like eating the same meal twice, but only counting it once. A very neat trick indeed. Remember, the next time you see a rabbit, there's more to those twitchy noses and fluffy tails than meets the eye. They've got digestive magic going on.
Stargazing with your eyes shut. The Invisible Light Show.
Did you know that each time you close your eyes, you could be stargazing without even realizing it? This isn't about using your imagination to picture the starry night sky. It's a real thing called cosmic rays. These are particles that come from outer space and zip through the atmosphere at nearly the speed of light. Sometimes, when they pass through your eye, they can cause a flash of light that you can actually see, even with your eyelids closed. Scientists call this phenomena cosmic ray visual phenomena, or light flashes. Astronauts in space see them a lot because there's no atmosphere to block the cosmic rays up there. But even here on Earth, we get hit by a bit of this space sparkle. You might notice it when you're in a really dark place and you suddenly see a quick flash or streak of light with your eyes closed. It's not a superpower or a sign of a secret space mission. It's just the universe saying hello in its own special way. So the next time you close your eyes and see a flicker of light, remember, you might have just caught a mini light show from outer space.
Your brain has its own time machine, going back in time with a sniff?
What if you could travel back in time without a fancy machine? Turns out you have a time machine right in your head, your brain. That's because smells can trigger strong memories, taking you back to different moments in your life. Have you ever caught a whiff of freshly baked cookies and suddenly remembered a day in your grandma's kitchen from when you were little? Or maybe the scent of a certain perfume reminded you of someone special from your past. That's your brain's olfactory bulb at work, connecting smells to memories in a way that's more powerful than any other sense. Scientists say it's because the olfactory bulb has direct connections to two brain areas that are strong in emotion and memory, the amygdala and hippocampus. Unlike sight or sound, smells travel directly to the emotion and memory centers of your brain, giving them a unique ability to call up the past. So, your nose isn't just there for sniffing flowers or detecting dinner. It's a direct line to memory lane. It's pretty amazing that just breathing in can send you on a journey through time.
Tiny teachers? Learn the incredible secrets from ants.
Ants might be small, but did you know they are super smart and can teach us big lessons? It's true. For example, ants show us the power of teamwork. By working together, ants can carry objects much heavier than themselves. Ever seen a group of ants hauling a big crumb? That's teamwork in action. But wait, there's more. Ants are like tiny farmers, too. Some ant species actually grow their own food in gardens inside their nests using bits of leaves they collect from trees. And talk about being prepared. Ants are masters at it. They save food for later, so they always have something to eat. Their organizational skills are so good, they have special rooms in their nests just for storing food. Lastly, ants communicate in a way that's mind-blowing. They use chemicals called pheromones to talk to each other, leaving a scent trail to lead other ants to food. This is like leaving a trail of sticky notes for their friends. So, the next time you see an ant, remember it's not just an insect. It's an incredible creature that has survival skills, social smarts, and farming techniques that people could learn a lot from.
Jumping genes? Kangaroos in your DNA.
What do you think is common between you and a kangaroo? Jumping, pockets, or maybe nothing at all? Well, here's a fun fact that'll hop right into your curiosity. Humans and kangaroos share some DNA. It sounds like a mix-up at the animal version of a photocopy shop, but it's true. Both humans and kangaroos have genetic material that is surprisingly similar. We're not saying you can leap like a kangaroo or you have a pouch, but there are parts of our DNA that are almost identical. This discovery hopped out of the blue when scientists were studying the genetic makeup of kangaroos. They found that there are sections where the kangaroo genome looks a lot like the human genome. Now, before you start thinking you've got long-lost relatives hopping around in Australia, this doesn't mean we're directly related to kangaroos. All animals, including humans, share some DNA because we all come from a common ancestor if you go way, way back in the family tree. It's like finding out that all of us are distant cousins in the huge family that is life on Earth. Isn't it bouncin' brilliant that we've got a little bit of kangaroo code inside us?
Cosmic bacteria, microbes hitching a ride on meteors?
Did you know that some scientists think bacteria could be space travelers? That's right, tiny microbes might hitch rides on comets and meteors across the cosmos, an idea called panspermia. It's like microbes have their own space program. The thought is that some hardy bacteria can survive the harsh conditions of space, being frozen and zapped with radiation. Then, if these bacteria-laden space rocks crash into a planet, they could potentially start new life there. This means that, long ago, some of the first living things on Earth might have come from outer space. Isn't that wild? Studies have found that certain bacteria can live in space's vacuum for a while, and others can resist extreme radiation. Though it's still a theory and we need more evidence, it opens up the mind-blowing possibility that life on Earth, and maybe elsewhere, has cosmic origins. So maybe we're all a little bit alien after all. Who knew that tiny bacteria could hold such gigantic secrets about our universe?
Ever seen a plant that can count?
Imagine walking in a forest and you see a Venus flytrap, a fascinating plant that eats insects. But did you know this plant can actually count to 5? This is not counting like we do with numbers, but something very special for a plant. Venus flytraps catch bugs with their leaves that snap shut. To avoid wasting energy on false alarms like a raindrop, they need to make sure they're catching real food. They do this by counting the steps of their prey. Each time a bug touches the hairs inside the plant's leaves, it counts as 1. Only when the number reaches 2 will the trap snap shut. But the counting doesn't stop there. To start digesting, the plant counts more steps. It will only begin if it counts to 5. This ensures that the plant only uses its precious energy for real, wriggling meals. How amazing is it that nature has its own smart ways? Follow me for more fun facts.